One of AMAP's competitors is New World Holdings, and it's another player in the small electrical appliances market with just over a market cap of 396 million rand and a price to earnings ratio of 6. New World operates brands such as JVC, Telefunken and Nu-Tec, etc. I'm looking at those brands and I'm looking at the issues that we do know are around trying to have consumers believe in some of these brands. I'm not excited. Where do you stand?
Yeah, they haven't really executed that well. So even though we know there's a consumer revival going on, their results recently weren't so good, and that's why the share price has battled. It's an interesting smaller company.
Yeah.
It's a family-owned concern. The executive chairman and his brother are the CEO, and they haven't always had the best relationship, believe it or not. So it's not one that I think the institutional market is all that warm about.
With the price to earnings ratio of 6, that suggests that the pricing here, people are nervous around this one.
Yeah, as opposed to the market appliances, I mean, here there's a much greater focus on consumer electronics, and unless your name is Samsung or Apple in this area, or Sony to a certain extent, you're not going to get too much of a margin out of it. It's a commodity environment right now. And I do think if you had to look at the two of them, you'd probably go more towards an amalgamated appliances as opposed to a New World. You know how I feel about amalgamated, so you get my idea about New World as being a bit lower than that.
But if you are that low, surely the only way has to be up, and there must be scope perhaps for some kind of recovery. Surely you can buy on the basis of that. I was having a discussion with one of my colleagues in the office today, and we were speaking about Pick n Pay and say, you know what, perhaps Pick n Pay is down now, but this is the time to buy. But because otherwise you buy it at a record, you struggle to make money out of it.
Yeah, the truth. But I think Warren Buffett pretty best when he says, even if a company is going down, it's generally because of bad management. And bad management, the more time you give them, the worse they're going to do. The company is going up is generally because of good management, and the more time you give them, the better they are going to do. You know what I mean? So a company that's been doing badly, I tell you, it shows us change around in terms of how it's being run, etc. Tends to do worse over time, as opposed to doing better over time.
Especially if you've got squabbling shareholders and managers.
Exactly. So scale is important because, you know, the world is always changing, and it changes in ways which advantage one competitor over another. So if you're a small player and there are lots of big moving parts out there, I don't think it's necessarily a great place to be.
I'm struggling to get traction in this one here. I'm going to get a cold shoulder from you guys. Let me begin with Paul for you. New World?
No, not hot for me. I think there are much better, much safer ways to make money in the market than buy this one.
Even if you wanted to speculate. Paul isn't speculating on this one. Viv?
As I mentioned,
you pick up the bait?
No, I would actually put New World as below amalgamated in terms of my preferences here, so it's definitely a call for me.
Now, 2 stocks in a row where there's absolutely no love at all.